It is week 2 of homesteading and gardening, and I've learned a lot. I have plants that are thriving, and I also have some that are starting to struggle. And there are still some that haven't sprouted, and I'm continuing to build compost for next year's garden. Here's everything that happened to me the first 2 weeks of homesteading. The most exciting and successful plant has been my pumpkin. It was the first one to sprout, and it has grown so much since. I cannot wait to harvest these pumpkins in the fall, make some jack-o'-lanterns, and maybe even some pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. My second most successful plant has been my marigolds. I finally have some blooms. I started these inside and transplanted them into my garden bed. They're supposed to be good for garden pests, as well as attracting pollinators. Another flower I'm growing are nasturtiums. I think that's how you say it. I'm not entirely sure, but they're going to be awesome. They're an edible flower and also good for pollinators. If you've been following the channel for a little bit, you know that I started sunflowers inside. This is how they started out. The reason I started them inside is because I wanted to experiment and see how well they would do compared to directly sown sunflowers. And I was also just a little impatient and wanting to get some plants. At first it seemed like they would do okay. They were pretty leggy, but they were straight up and putting out new leaves. But then, as time went on, a couple of them started to fall over. After posting a short, I got some advice on how I could maybe save these for this season, and it was to get them some support. So instead of going to the store, I just used what I had and put this string up to hold them up, and we will see if they make it. Fingers crossed, keep following along to see the progress. Now my compost I've been working on for a few months, but this week we added some new materials, and we also had a little surprise. Looks like we have a volunteer sprout, as well as a little bug running around inside. Looks like a silverfish. So I added to my compost. We got some coffee grounds from a local coffee shop, as well as our coffee grounds from at home. Additionally, we threw some food scraps in here, some moldy fruit and avocados that got left in the fridge. And the ultimate goal here is to build garden soil for next year that's going to give us an awesome harvest and great plants. I really started to compost because I wanted to save money on organic soil, and I wanted what was best, the best thing out there, and why not just make it myself? So here I'm chopping it all up, making it decompose faster in smaller pieces. Now, if you don't know much about compost, you need to add dry stuff, whether it's hay, whether it's leaves, cardboard. You need to put it in there so the compost doesn't go anaerobic. Anaerobic soil is poison for your plant, so it's very important you have a good balance of browns and greens. Here's what the compost looks like all stirred up. And I'll show you guys next week after it's decomposed a little bit. I just love composting. It's so rewarding and it's good for the environment. Now 2 weeks in, I thought everything was going to be sprouted. And I'm wrong. I'm still waiting on my sweet potatoes, my summer squash, and my tomatoes. And I'm starting to get a little worried that I might have messed something up here. These sweet potatoes look a little soggy to me. I don't know if this is good or not. Comment down below, help me out. I need help. So every day I'm seeing massive changes in my garden. And every week, those changes are just that much more noticeable. This is my very first garden I have ever done. So I know I'm gonna do some things wrong, and I know I might get some things right. And ultimately, I know I'm gonna experiment and my sunflowers are gonna fall over. But that is all part of the fun. And with your guys' help, with the shorts I've been posting and the comments, I decided to give the sunflowers some support and I'm excited to see how they turn out. If you guys have any other advice on how I should compost or do my plants or any plants you would love to see me try to grow this season, let me know.